Yeah, I forgot to change the intro. So it started the same one as last week. Whoops. But it's Friday. I think it's just going to be one of those nights. Saturday night, not Friday night. This is the Overnight Mouse Party. I'm probably DM Boss, and so far we have Gizzard Gary with us. How's it going, Gizzard?
I'm probably Gizzard Gary. It's going good. Welcome. I'm actually in the future, so welcome to Sunday morning here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm a little tired. What? We shall soldier on. DJ's saying there's an echo. Are you hearing an echo?
I am not.
Um, is anybody else hearing an echo? I'm not hearing it. But
Go ahead and talk. I'll mute up for a minute here.
yeah. So there's a link to this week's poll in the pinned to the top of the chat. If you haven't voted in the poll, head over there and vote. At the bottom of the screen is a banner with an email address on tacticalfoss@gmail.com. You can send in comments, suggestions, or pictures within reason. And there's a link for the Discord server, place to hang out. You can also share pictures there, memes and stuff like that. You can get a hold of me and pretty much anybody else that comes on the chat through the Discord. Well, yeah, he said DJ saying echo no more.
So. Okay, I am unmuted. Let's see if I'm the source of the problems here. Can't imagine. I'm on headphones, but
yeah, I'm not hearing anything from you. He sent me an email saying it was the beginning. It might have been when I was messing with the intro. Maybe it was the intro that was echoing.
Oh, he said he had another instance open. Okay.
No. So, I had asked the other day. I was talking to my friend the other day, and I had asked everybody, should I buy the chronograph or save up for a gun? I bought a chronograph. Went ahead and bought the Athlon Range something chronograph. It's similar to the Garmin, but $100 cheaper. I haven't used it yet. I just got it. Just came today. I got it off Amazon.
Is it a standard chronograph or one of those wireless kind?
It's the little radar type.
Okay.
Since it's been raining, I can't use the more standard chronograph. Now I forget the name of what it is, but because the sensors will get wet, and then it messes up, and I get errors. So I decided to go ahead and get the radar type because that'll set on the shooting bench next to you. So it stays dry, and if there's errors, I can mess with it right there rather than having it setting across the firing line where I have to wait, for a ceasefire to go out and mess with it.
Sounds like a plan. Let us know how it goes. Do a review for us.
I thought about it, but there's lots of reviews on it. When they first came out, I think they sent out a bunch to all the big channels because everybody was doing reviews on them when they first came out.
Sure, but you could give us the little guy's honest point of view. The
Yeah, well,
working man, you know.
but it should make things a lot easier to set up, easier to use while other people are there. Last time I went to the range, luckily nobody else was there, so like chronograph was kind of acting up, but I was able to stop, go address it, and then go back to what I was doing. But we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, congrats.
Good night, DJ. Yeah. What's new with you, Gary?
Oh, I finally got to go for the first time in a couple of weeks. Got to go see my daughter today, go see my granddaughter, my son-in-law, and all that stuff. So back to the normal routine again and stuff like that. Other than that, it's kind of quiet around here once I got settled in back home and everything. But it's so far we're just a few days into 2006, and reality's finally starting to set in. Calendars are all put out, and haven't written any checks yet, but you got to start putting the new date on everything. So, and of course, college bowl season is upon us, and playoffs in the NFL are just around the corner, and it's that time of year.
Yeah, I forgot to get calendars. I just ordered. I ordered one off Amazon, so it was 2 days. So I got the one for out here. I got like on the 31st, and I wasn't going to order one for in the office, but I need to use the calendar to mark down important dates so I don't forget, because that's how you forget an automatic renewal that you were going to cancel and you get charged. So that's I don't make New Year's resolutions, but if I was going to make a resolution, it would be to use the calendar to help me remember things.
We'll see, on my show, the Gun Snob made the comment. He says, "Who even uses calendars anymore?" I always have a calendar, and I don't write things down on my hard copy calendars so much, but there's one on the wall in my office where I'm sitting here off to the side, and then there's one in my kitchen, so where I'm at my sink. That is my main calendar. That's the one that's got my granddaughter's pictures. I requested this calendar this year. It's all 12 months of my granddaughter as she got older and stuff like that. So I had my daughter make that into a Walmart calendar for me. So I get to look at granddaughter pictures all year. So it's kind of a pleasant thing to have in your kitchen and stuff like, and it's just tradition. I've always had at least a couple calendars in my house. So as far as reminding things, I'm pretty dependent now on computer reminders. I've got reminders when to change your filters and this and that, and most of the time those work really well. But even birthdays and stuff anymore automatically pop up on my computer and stuff like that. But it's always nice to have the paper reminder.
I do use the calendar on my phone to mark stuff, but I don't know, I prefer to have a large format physical thing to look at. I have half. I will say half of it's kind of like for your your calendar is the picture. The one I have here this year is Snoopy. Last year's was the Japanese woodblock prints. The one in the office last year was Godzilla. And I ordered a Beatles one this year. That was partly because I couldn't find anything else that I really liked.
I actually have a free one from my bank that has basically Kansas, uh, I guess his nature photos from the state of Kansas on it, and that's what my bank gave out this year. So I'm I'm not opposed to buying calendars. I've done it before, but if it's a good free calendar, I'll take those too. So
Our credit union will. I'm not sure if they use it for a calendar, but they'll do a photo contest every year. I think it's for a calendar. I don't remember.
I didn't actually look to see where these pictures come from. It's got something written on here.
But I have had for a while. It was Washington State um, calendars. The one in the kitchen will be Japanese. My wife wants Japanese photos on that one.
Yes, these were taken from a photo contest right here in Kansas. So very similar. I used to have one of those calendars you'd see. You remember those things you'd see hanging in Chinese restaurants that were kind of made out of bamboo? The pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
See hanging on the wall. You could get calendars made like that. Those are nice too.
Oh, Andrew, yes, I did get the card. I figured it was from you because you had mentioned, you had asked about the address. There wasn't anything on it, so but I had figured it probably was from you, and thank you. He sent me a card. It's a magazine-sized Christmas card.
Wow. How nice.
It was kind of neat. He had he had ordered it from somewhere, and they sent it to me from within the states. So,
Oh, cool.
well, let me go back up and say hello to everybody that said something. TJ Fishing and Shooting said g'day. Gizzard Gary, DJ Play Nice, Vulcan Rumble, Woods, Andrew Carmichael, and Mr. Knives. And I think that's everybody that said something. Good evening to everybody, and everybody that didn't say anything. Welcome to you. Don't be afraid to speak up. Let me know you're out there.
Yeah, I don't have the YouTube open, so I don't know how many people we have viewing.
Ooh.
Mr. Dice says he's here for the food, but I'm not sure there's any left over. Did we have any chocolate?
There might be some somewhere, but I think somebody left it near the radiator, so they might be melting.
Mr. Bob's out there.
Mr. Bob Dabalina. Good evening. So, trying to find a website here. I have it on the other computer, but if I spell it correctly, that might help. No, that didn't help. Give me a second here. Okay. Frames.
While you're doing that, Boomstick has joined us.
Boomstick. Well, I don't know why the site trying to find Caspian. The make 1911 frames.
And the little bird just told me you had some Gorn mailed to you.
Ah, let me open my Gmail and then we'll look at it here in a little bit.
If you can't get to it or if you can't find it for some reason, I happen to have a copy of it.
Well, I've got it. I've got my.
It may or may not be one of our Michigan friends who sent it. If that helps you any.
Ah, I see. Oh, ha. I have seen those calendars.
Yes, my son-in-law had one last year. I always admired that when I came into his living room. I said, "That's the best calendar."
I don't know. For some reason, when I let, well, here I'll go ahead and show it since I'm talking about it. Moo, 2Live Moo. Sent out a picture of a calendar. Dogs squatting in beautiful places. The dog's pooping. Every time I let the dog out to go to the bathroom, he'll go out and run around a while. And then when I look out to check on him, I always seem to look at him right when he decides to poop. I don't enjoy watching him poop. I probably would not choose this calendar myself. This would be kind of akin to the cat butthole magnets you can get for your fridge. I do not wish
never seen that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine your wife being too happy about having that hanging around in the house either.
No, I don't think she would like that. Oh. Well, I don't know. This is weird. I know they exist. I was looking at the website. But their website is not coming up.
It's not one of those you have to open an incognito tab.
No, shouldn't be. Because I've got the page saved on the other computer. Mr. Knives wants to know if anybody has bread so he can wipe chocolate off the heater.
I have tortillas. That should work.
Well, let's try this way. Well, that's one of them. I guess I should have. Well, this might work. This might work for what we're doing. Instead of sitting around watching YouTube videos in the pre-chat, I should have done some prep work. But my goal this year, I've thought about doing this for a while. I want to make pair of matching 1911s with custom serial numbers for my kids. And I'm going to do stainless steel because I like stainless steel guns. So I was going to crowdsource some opinions on like slides and options and stuff like that. See what everybody else thinks. Should I, first off, should they be exactly matching? Or
they should be consecutive serial numbers. If they match exactly, then you're going to have trouble with the ATF.
Or should they be? Well, the serial numbers they won't be consecutive exactly. They'll be similar, but different for different reasons. Oh, G-Webs is here.
Good evening.
Good evening. Let me get back to the comments.
Yeah, thanks, Rustin.
So, should they be matching so they're exactly the same, or as the children are slightly different, should they be almost the same, but with their, each a little bit individual?
Well, one of your children is quite young, no?
Yeah.
Not sure she'd have much of an opinion as how to design a firearm.
Well, I thought, should I have one, since she is newer, maybe a 1911 with newer features, cut for a red dot or something like that, and then the other one being an older style. I'm not sure.
Well, typically on a 1911, they tend to lend themselves toward a smaller hand because the grip circumference is not that great on them. So, should be something as long as the recoil is manageable. I don't think I'd go with 50 AE or anything like that. But.
Well, these wouldn't go to them until I die. I mean, they are mine, but they are to represent my children.
I'm just saying, a 1911 should be shootable by just about anybody. So,
well, that's the other thing we'll get to in a little bit is caliber. But for now, just the looks of it. So let me.
My preference, I don't prefer a upper rail on mine. Now, some people like a lower rail for lights and stuff, but I go more towards the traditional look myself.
As you've got like the get out there. Oh, it's not what I want. That I was looking at the 1911 slides because you've got like kind of everything smooth like that, and then there's other ones where it's got the speed cuts. That's why I wanted to bring up the Caspian website, which for some reason I cannot find now.
What is even the question? I guess I missed it.
Well, I'm going to build a pair of matching 1911s. And so we're just kind of talking through options.
Yeah, I'd make them different then. But I wouldn't act like one kid is modern and one kid is classic or something.
Because, I would like them to look similar, but maybe have a few differences.
You
So
could
they're
vary
matching.
up the grip panels if you wanted to vary the looks a little bit, and that's easy because if they didn't like it later on, they could always just swap out grip panels.
Well,
So-
I do. I have the designs for the grip panels already.
Okay.
I've had them for a couple of years, and I just need to have them made. I had a set that I had made for my Kimbers that I have, but they broke. First time I shot the gun, they broke. I don't know if I over tightened them, but which I don't have. Yeah, I don't have the designs here. They're on the other computer, of course.
The
When you shoot
custom
the
grip
most
panel-
powerful handgun round, you're going to have the potential of breaking your hand or breaking stuff in your hand.
I have gotten custom 1911 grips from Lock Grips. Not that I get anything for promoting them or anything, but they have sent me stuff to look at, and they're real good. I'm sure there's other.
Well, I was thinking about going with the brownie, who's done engraved stuff for other people that we know, and it's looked nice. So I was thinking about.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just kind of weird. I can't find their website. I can find other people selling their frames, but I can't find their website. I know they exist. It was back when Washington implemented a ghost gun law. Skagit Valley Guns had suggested I get 1911 frames. And I put it off. I should have gotten them, because then they would have been grandfathered in. But I don't always do the smartest things. There we go. I found it. So let me see if I can. There we go. The government. So, and I was thinking a government length. So I want the 5-inch. Well, that doesn't really help.
And X Adam 1 just joined us. He says he's lurking.
Yeah, I've got a video coming out tomorrow on the Benchmade Adira, which X Adam 1 sent it to me. So, thank you.
That's very nice of him.
It was very, very nice of him. It's kind of an expensive knife.
We have another visitor.
The goddamn bacon. I want the 5-inch. Yeah, I do. The Caspian makes a Damascus slide, which their pictures you don't enlarge, so they don't show up very well. But being Damascus, they are very expensive. You can kind of see it there. That's kind of a raindrop pattern almost. They're probably a little bit, each one is different, but I am a fan of Damascus.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, $950. And for YouTube, these are not guns, these are just parts. So I'm not selling any of this stuff. We're just looking at pictures. But yeah, so but this is kind of their standard, and you can get it without their name on it, which I probably would do. But so should they be
sell
matched?
chunks of Damascus when they're making the blanks. They're cutting the blanks to make the slides. They sell the chunks of Damascus that they cut off. That's kind of neat.
Should they be matching calibers? And if so, what caliber?
No, not really. Do the kids have a preference on what caliber they like?
They're not into guns. They don't care. This is more for me. Well, this is all for
Yeah,
me.
I know, but I'm saying if like they went to the range and one of them liked one and one of them liked the other, then that's would make it easy.
Now, one of them's 6, so she doesn't know anything. The other one's just not interested in guns.
9mm is the kind of caliber that likes to take advantage of someone who has less experience, and then act like it's a
I will
good
say it
caliber.
would not be 9mm. I refuse to own a 9mm. Well, I won't say I refuse, because if somebody gave me a platypus, and those are 9mm, I would gladly accept that. I would not buy one myself. I have shot the platypus, and they are pretty nice. Sergeant Joe Smith is out there.
You know me, I lean towards a tradition. I would go with 45, but there's plenty of other options out there. You could even go with the 38 Super if you wanted to be kind of international.
I probably wouldn't do 38 Super. It would either be 45 or 10mm. Should they both be 45? Should they both be 10mm? Should one be 45? Should one be 10mm? I kind of want to do 10mm because I don't have a 10mm 1911.
Oh, so you're going to shoot their gun. I see how it is.
Well, yeah. It'll be like the life-size cutout Ichiro that I got for my son, and I told him, this is for you, but it's staying in the Mariners room. I don't think he really cared either way, but
Someday he'll care. X Adam 1 ate at the Big Texan. Wow. I've driven by it a couple times. Never stopped. That's that place out in Amarillo where they have the super huge steak, and if you can eat it in 30 minutes, I think it's free. Something
Oh,
like
really?
that.
have
Yeah.
a good one, PJ.
That's not an awesome night. This is an awesome night.
So what caliber should I do? The same or do one
No,
of
different.
each? Oh, and somebody had asked that's one's a boy, one's a girl. Vulcan Rumble had asked that.
Now, I'm not sure whether when they're chambered in 10 millimeter, if that means they have to elongate the slide. I'm guessing they do just a little bit to accommodate larger caliber. That might be a consideration as to which one has bigger hands than the other.
Oh, the grip.
No, I don't think
The
they
grip.
changed the grip. I think they're the same.
I don't think so. The
I wasn't sure.
Just trying to look because here is that's a 40. I don't have one.
I
It's
just
looking-
looked it up and it says there's no difference. So
Yeah, because I think this is a 10. Yeah, that's 10. So here I'm embiggening myself here. I don't remember how. So yeah. I got my mic right here, so I'm trying to reach around it. But that's a 45 and a 10. And the 10 is a flat nose. But if it was a round nose, they'd be pretty much the same size. The 45 is just fatter. I need to do a mock-up because I've got dummy bullets for all the stuff I reload. So if I need to check dimensions, I can use them as exemplars. Ozzy Osbourne's out there. Good evening. Oh, as I was thinking, 45 for my son and 10 millimeter for my daughter. Kind of the older, newer.
Yeah, makes more sense. Or it makes sense at least.
Kind of back to the slide. What about an optic cut? Should I do optic cut on one or both?
I'm gonna keep saying what's like the personality of the kids or what they like. Like when you take the kids, do they care about optics? Like it's one of those things where like some people care, some people don't.
Pretty much none of this. They won't care about any of this stuff.
Well, I hear you, but I'm not saying like it's going to make them care. But I'm saying, in your experience of like doing stuff, does one of them seem like they'd be shooting an optic, and one of them, I mean, you know what I mean? I'd try to make them the personality of the kid type of thing.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm not sure. One of them is more pragmatic, and one is more creative. But I don't know how to relate that to a gun.
Well, the creative one would use the optics because they're willing to accept failure and complications and doing things the wrong way to see what kind of result they're going to be, where a pragmatic person would never even bother wasting their time with a fad like that. At least that's my opinion.
Oh, that's interesting. Because my son is the more pragmatic one. And
you leave like two pictures laying around, like they're about to eat dinner, and you leave the two pictures in front of them, and the one that they like go, hey, get this out of here. You use the other one that's theirs.
And my daughter's the more creative one. She's the one that drew the ninjas, cats fighting the. I forget what the other ninjas were. She likes drawing cats.
Cats like Hello Kitty, like cartoons.
Something like that. Yeah. Anthropomorphic cats.
Yeah. Okay.
Does she have a cat?
No.
Oh,
That's too bad. When's she getting her cat?
She probably won't be. My wife doesn't want to get another cat. We used to have a cat.
What about like a rabbit or something else?
No, I wouldn't want to have a rabbit. So it wouldn't be an inside rabbit, and there's too many coyotes around here to have them outside.
My friend's kid has a rabbit, and it's super soft. I could see why people would want to have a rabbit around, and they probably don't make no noise.
They don't. Only when they're scared, they'll make a kind of noise.
That's what 9mm shooters will make when they're scared. Also, it's interesting.
We had, when I was a kid, we had rabbits, and then something got into the hutch and killed them. And kind of high school age, I had a rabbit, and we were boarding one of my aunt's dogs, and it broke into the cage and they killed the rabbit, ate the head off it, licked up all the blood.
Did I ever tell you my geese story, baby geese story?
No.
So I'm a little kid and I'm minding my business. You know how when you're a little kid, things just happen and you're like just observing. So I'm just minding my business. And one weekend, I'm over at my grandparents' house and they have a little dachshund, right? And my grandpa's got a bunch of brothers, and one of his brothers is a dick. And every time he came over, he would poke at the dog with his cane. So the dog hated him for no reason. He's just a dick. And because the dog's a nice little inside dog, or was, I guess, it was a long time ago. So anyhow, we have this little dachshund, and it's nice 99% of the time. And every once in a while, when my one uncle would come over, he's a dick, and the dog would hate him. So the dog is nice dog 99% of the time. I go over there, and their friends went out of town, so they had a baby geese or something, and I think it was geese. It might have been ducks, but it was for food. Like they were going to grow these critters for food or whatever, and they had like, I don't know, a number of them, 6 to 12 or something, in this like wash machine box, like the cardboard box from a wash machine. And they took the bottom flaps of the box, folded them outside, put like bricks on them, so that like the inside of the box was laying on the grass, and the grass, ducks were just like in this little corral. Anyway, long story short, it's coming. The dachshund got in there, ate every single duck, and then we went out to look at the ducks, or somebody was like, "Oh, you got ducks? Let's go look at the ducks." They go out there, and there's this big fat dachshund laying on its back, all full of blood and feathers everywhere. Shit-eating grin on his face. We just got done eating a bunch of baby ducks, and then my grandpa was laughing his head off, and his brother was like, thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And then my grandma, of course, was like freaking out because now she had to go explain to her, the good friends of the family, like, while their ducks were slaughtered or whatever, while they were trying to take care of them. And I think it was like the second day they had them or something too.
That's why they're bred to be low and they get through.
Exactly. The dog was like, mission accomplished. I figured it out, and I took care of business, and I got rewarded for it.
Barbecue, Guns and Barbecue. How you doing?
I am doing well, thank you. How are you?
Doing better than a baby duck?
Yes.
We were talking. I'm going to build a pair of matching 1911s, stainless.
Ooh.
So we're kind of going over options, what I should do. So they will be stainless because I like stainless and I want to say it's, but they're kind of to represent my 2 children.
I like it.
5-inch, so full size.
Yep.
The grips, I already have designs for the grips. I'm going to have them made eventually. I just haven't gotten around to them. So I had asked, should they be exactly matching or similar but slightly different, kind of as the children are slightly different.
That was my initial thought. Would be slightly different, as your children are not exactly matching.
And OptiCut, no OptiCut.
Ooh.
Optic
Ooh.
on one of them, on both.
Does either child wear corrective lenses?
One of them does have glasses that he doesn't wear. Ever.
I would give that one optic cut, and then never put an optic on it.
That's pretty interesting.
And when he starts wearing glasses, put an optic on it.
I would probably go ahead and put an optic on it.
Yeah, I think just, if you're kind of building to represent the kiddos, since one does have corrective lenses, you could, a little bit of symbolism there.
That's interesting. G-Webs had said kind of the opposite. Was he was asking about personality, and the youngest is more creative, the oldest is more pragmatic, and he was saying that the creative one would probably be more into the optic. The pragmatic one would not be, because it wouldn't see it as necessary.
Be more traditional, but I like barbecue's thing better. It's actually a cooler perspective on it, and it no one know what you're doing except for you. Well, and us, because we told you what to do, because we told you what to buy.
And not to make this expensive or anything, but the creative one, you could go and have that one done with a bunch of fancy engraving or something.
I feel like when you're telling somebody what to buy, it doesn't really matter how much it costs. That's their problem. They're the one who asked you to tell them what to buy, so that's their problem about paying for it.
What? You're poor? It's tough.
Yeah, I don't know about that, because the frame will probably be Caspian.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'll get a slide from them or not, but the Caspian has a Damascus slide, which
that's interesting.
It's almost a grand alone.
I would definitely buy, because it's $25 on their website to buy a chunk of the Damascus blanks that they chop off the ends when they're making them. I would definitely, if you're buying a Damascus one, I would definitely buy some chunks of Damascus metal to make something out of. Like, say, make wedding rings. They're big enough to make wedding rings out of and stuff like that.
And then the other question was caliber. Should they be matching calibers, different calibers? 45 and 10 are kind of the two options.
So again, you can kind of take this back to the kids' personalities. One kind of more laid back and easygoing, is the other one strong-willed and powerful. Something like that.
There's one is kind of high strung.
Okay.
He tends to worry a lot.
I feel like that would be a 10mm.
And the other one is, they're both shy. The other one is shy, and she's the creative one.
Okay.
She's not really outgoing. High energy.
That one could be 45.
She is high energy.
Oh, high energy though. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. Because if there was a way to say, I made this one this caliber because of this child's personality, and vice versa, I think that'd be kind of cool. But if you can't personify each caliber to a child, then I think choose same caliber and go with whichever one you like most.
I don't know, because I like the idea, just the the traditional 45 in a 1911, but I don't have a 10 millimeter 1911. This would be an opportunity to do a 10 millimeter 1911. And to answer Vulcan Rumble, government. So the 5-inch, the government size.
And you have
I kind of want them to be both the same length.
and you have 245 1911s anyways, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like a great time to make 2 10 millimeter 1911s.
I could do that.
Is this legal in your state to do? Do you even contemplate this?
Yeah, because I'll have the since I'm doing the custom serial numbers, then they'll be serialized. That's half of why I'm doing this is just for the custom serial numbers. And if I that's one of the reasons I wanted to go with Caspian. One, that's what Robert suggested was Caspian, but they'll do the serial numbers for me, so I don't have to send them out to somebody else to have them done. I can just have them done and then sent to the FFL. And it'll probably be a while before I get all this done. The other thing is, should I buy the frames first or the slides first? Or
Frames.
should I do one, buy the frame, complete one, and then do the other one, or buy the frames and then do one and then finish
Buy
the
both.
other?
Build them as a pair or as a set or whatever.
I would get the frames first. That way, if you completed one and they discontinued something, you're not like, oh, well, crap, that threw a monkey wrench in my plans. So like if you're planning on same slides, the whole 9 yards, if you got that slide right now, and one frame right now and just completed one, and then you're like, well, I can't get around to this for another 6 months or a year, whatever it is, to finish a second one, and that, like I said, they discontinue something that can mess you up.
Yeah, I had mentioned earlier that I ended up buying the chronograph, the Athlon, the little radar type, because I had started putting money away,
Nice.
and then kind of was having problems at the range with the other one, because I can't use it when it's raining. It sits up in front of the firing line, so if there's other people there, then I have to wait for a ceasefire to fuss with it. Whereas the Athlon is like the Garmin, where it sits right next to you on your table. So, but that blew what I had saved up. So it'll probably be a little while before I get all this stuff done with the 1911s. As the Kimbers I had, those were, since they were matching, but one has an OptiCut, the other one doesn't. That was kind of gonna be, but I really wanted the serial number thing. And these are aluminum frame, and I kind of want steel frame 1911s. I'm okay with the extra weight. It's nice having it lighter when I carry them, but I just want that solid chunk. Mr. Bob what about using their date of birth as a serial number instead of consecutive serial numbers? Well, the serial numbers won't be consecutive. They'll be similar, but not. It won't be exactly consecutive.
Just use their social security numbers for the serial numbers. It'll be all right. That can't go wrong at all.
Yeah. So is there anything else I'm not thinking of with the 1911s?
Well, I will say I do agree with Mr. Bub. I did have that same idea of if you're doing a custom serial number, using their birth dates. That'd be something, when they're older and the world is without a DM boss and they see that, that could be very, very sentimental for that. But anything else? It's interesting. What about the sites themselves? Obviously, you're thinking about an optics cut on the one, but are you going to go night sights? Are you going standard Novax, or like what's the game plan there? Or threaded barrel, to possibly do a suppressor at some point, anything like that?
Well, Washington, we can't have threaded barrels.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, in the last batch of anti-gun bullshit, threaded barrels were banned.
Oh my gosh, that's so safe. You don't have to even think about the threat of a threaded barrel when you're out in public.
I'm not sure on the sites exactly. I was leaning towards Novak sites just because they're plentiful and easy. And I don't, because looking at the options on the Caspian website, there's a bunch of different sites they can cut for that I don't know what they are. Like Rollo style rear sights, LPA style sights, Elysian, Hidden Bomar, Heaney. Yeah, I don't know what any of those are.
Probably Heine.
Heine, Heine. I don't know what the difference is. I know.
Probably just all competition sites.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I like the sites on the Kimber. Those ones are the I forgot the little name of the stupid little plastic thread that lights up in the light.
High vis? Or optic, whatever they call that.
Talk about fiber optics.
Fiber optic. Yeah. It has a fiber optic sites, which I like. So I don't know if fiber optic or a night sight.
I want to say, is it True Glow that does the fiber optic that's wrapped around the night sight?
I know what you're talking about.
I really, really like those.
Now, I happen to know a company that does night sights, believe it or not, based in the state of Texas. You might check them out. Excess Sights.
Yeah, everything. I apparently own the guns they don't make sights for. When I have gone to look at their sites for something, whatever it is I'm looking for, it happens to be the thing they don't make sites for.
Just as an aside, you have a question from the audience that's off topic.
Damn mall you cutting up, ain't you? Damn y'all. Is it damn y'all cutting up, ain't you? Do you like your PPKS? Yes, I love it. It is an awesome gun. Shooting it is like pointing your finger at what you want to hit. It is. The gun is, well, most guns are more accurate than I am, but it is. The first time I shot it, I grouped the same at 10 yards as I did at 25 yards. I think it's 25. They're pretty short at the indoor range I used to belong to. If you can get past the slide bite, especially if you have little thicker hands, it is a great gun. Easy to carry. It's small, so it kind of disappears while you're carrying it. I really like it. And Bro Sneed had asked, what's my favorite My Little Pony character? I do not know any of the My Little Pony characters. I am not a brony. Sorry.
Now, I believe I did check out that channel, and that person was actually running a live stream at the same time as you and was actually had your stream up on his stream, but he since went off the air. So.
Damn y'all. So just got one today. Congratulations. Which is it an older one, a newer one? Because like the newer ones have a larger beaver tail, which should help with the slide bite a little bit. Mine is now I forget who did mine. It's kind of got a medium size beaver tail. Ozzy said True Glow FTX Pro tritium fiber optic. That's the night sight with both the fiber optic and the tritium.
Yeah,
So
I used to
glows
really
no
like
matter
those
what.
when I could. Yep, I used to really like those when I could see. Now I can't see the front sight to save my life, so it doesn't matter. Rear sights are really useless as well, especially without the front sight. But yeah. Also on beaver tails, love a big beaver.
I wanted a little larger one for the 1911s. So
What kind of grips for these? I vote mammoth ivory and meteorite.
probably not. Just for affordability.
Again, like Gio said, not our problem.
Yeah, the ones I had that broke, those were the faux ivory, so the white plasticky, and which they looked great until they broke.
What about?
I don't think I have a picture of them anymore.
So, what's everybody's take on faux stag grips versus real stag grips?
I'm not a fan of stag grips. I've never felt them, so I don't know if they feel really nice. I just I don't care for the look of them.
I feel like if you're going to do that, you might as well do it with the real thing instead of like plastic, I guess is what the fake ones are.
Yeah.
But I get why.
Depends.
I mean, they're natural, so they're not consistent pattern, but they're grip. Like they're natural grippy. So they have they are actually a good idea for a knife handle or any kind of handle. I mean, they're a great handle.
And they're
But yeah, you
renewable.
have to like them because you're holding onto a dead thing's skin or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's kind of my hang up with stag grips a lot of times is you don't know exactly what you're going to get, because I like the ones where you have that contrasting white with the darker areas, and there's times where you get ones that are just basically the white bone, and I'm
They look
like,
like bone or something. Yeah, it's
yeah.
like, no, this isn't what
Well,
I
that's
wanted.
good. That's literally what it is just bone.
Yeah, but I mean, I know what you're saying. Like sometimes you get the like base knobby, whatever that is, and other times they're like, oh no, we want to use like, you want to make it look like ivory. It's like, no, I'm not looking for ivory. I'm looking for antler.
Barbecue like to get the bone. Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
So this
Get the
is
bone,
this is
get the
the
bone.
grips. These are the grips that I had, the ones that broke. And this is the style that I want to have done again with the Japanese lunar characters, and then the underneath it, like the rabbit says Usagi, which is rabbit, and the boar, Inoshishi, which is a boar.
I like the idea that no matter what you end up going with, you're going to take those two finished firearms and make them tattoos and have them tattooed onto each shoulder.
Probably not. That's a whole nother problem.
Oh, forearms, so that
tattoos.
every time you roll up your sleeves, there they are, like right on your forearms, one on each forearm.
No. I do have a tattoo on my back, and when I go to Japan, I have to keep it covered up because they do not like tattoos. There are certain places you can't go with a tattoo; they'll kick you out because only thugs and ne'er-do-wells in Japan have tattoos. Which there is an underground tattoo culture, so people that aren't Yakuza do have tattoos, but for the most part, it's seen as you're a bad person if you have tattoos.
Well, I was saying holster before. Is that an issue, or is that an element of this project?
Not really. Probably just a basket weave pancake holster, which I think go really well with 1911s. I've got. I think I have them upstairs. I've got the one Ozzy made me. Might be upstairs. And then I've got a kind of a light brown basket weave pancake holster. Yeah, they both must be upstairs. Oh, here's the one Ozzy made. Just trying to see if I have a picture of them on the Kimber, those grips.
Is the reason you don't wear crop top t-shirts anymore all the time is because of your tramp stamp that you were talking about?
No. My tattoo is on my shoulder. On my back. Upper back, not lower back. I'm not a whore. Yeah, I must have deleted the photo. Let's see it here. Oh, well. But I'm looking forward to doing these because it's, some gunsmithing involved. So I get to learn a new skill. And will help me better understand the workings of the 1911. No, I don't have it on here.
Sounds like it's another opportunity to bring your kids in and explain all this to them and then have them leave and not give a shit at all. This is the gun I
Probably.
made for you and your sister. Okay, I'm busy. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I usually my son will just shrug. Okay.
Like, okay, can you get out of the way of the TV now? Thanks.
Let's go ahead and look at this week's poll. Share screen. I'll share and let me refresh it. Make sure it's up to date. And it was comment for. And it was, will 2026 be better, a better year than 2025? Yes, better. No, worse. The same, or still hoping for a big comet? 51% said yes, better. 16% said worse. 23% said the same. 10% hoping for a big comet. I wasn't sure how this one would come out. Oh, wasn't sure if there's a lot of optimism for the coming year or pessimism.
Didn't we just do this one?
Nope, the last one was looking back
Oh,
at 2025. This one's looking forward to 2026. What do you guys think? Is 2026 going to be better? The
Hell
same?
yeah.
Worse?
We're only getting closer and closer to Star Trek. The fake concern is from people who know that they're not going to be able to keep messing with people very much longer. So I think we're taking steps as a humanity closer and closer to being done with a lot of the petty junk that they used to be able to exploit us with.
I'm still hoping for the comet. I mean, we just had 3i Atlas, pass by everything. It's on its way to Jupiter now. That was
like
last I heard.
260 miles from the Earth or some shit.
No,
Yeah,
I say
I heard somebody say that, and I was like, "Are you crazy?" And then I went and looked, and like, that's not even that close. Like, we've had stuff that was 100 miles from the Earth before.
Yeah, there's been a few things, between us and the moon.
Yeah, and I was like, "Holy crap!" But yeah, it wasn't even a concern. So that's how cool we are, is that we can have something pass like within 100 miles of our planet that came from outer space, and we barely, as a planet, don't give a shit. Like, if you ask 10 people, or if you asked 100 people, probably 99 of them didn't know shit about that comet. You know what I mean? And it passed within 100 miles of the Earth. I should say 200 miles of the Earth.
It wasn't actually going to be anywhere near the Earth because it was on the opposite side of the sun from us.
No, that's why I thought it was a typo or whatever. When they first said it, I was like, I can't believe you just said that on the news. And then I came home and I'm like, oh gosh, shut up. It actually did come that close.
I said that comet's doing all kinds of weird stuff though. So, but
I only think of that as an indicator that like we have that much awareness of what's going on and like confidence in our math or whatever, when stuff is going to not hit us. I mean, I still don't know what'll happen if something's going to hit us. We're going to freak out, I'm sure.
Use the AIs. Ask it how close 3i Atlas got, because I'm intrigued now because I did not hear that I got anywhere that close.
Okay. Was it 3i Atlas?
Yep. 3i/Atlas.
All right. Interstellar comet 3i Atlas made its closest approach to Earth on December 19th, passing at a distance of 168 to 170 million miles, 270 million kilometers.
That makes more
Twice
sense.
the distance to Earth and the Sun. Okay, yeah, so I misread. It was 168. I just forgot one word. Big deal.
So looking at the comments, Tim Allen said, I'm thinking more along the lines of hoping it's better. Biscuit said, I hope so. Happy New Year. It took me a while when I read the comment. Is he saying honey? Yeah, I hope so, honey. Then it's Happy New Year. 22 Guru said, oh yeah. X Bowman, having my first kid next year, so looking forward to it. Congratulations.
Congrats. You should build a 1911 to personify that child. Totally steal Foss's idea. Seriously. Not even being a smartass about this.
Children are the greatest annoyance that you'll ever love.
Stealing that. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt.
Sergeant Joe Smith said some men just want to watch the world burn. Dead Horse, millions of illegals gone. How could it be worse? And Boom Stick, that as soon as I finish my time machine, I'm going back to 1967.
Why 67?
Don't know. He didn't say.
Well, you got the element of sometimes your time machine, because of its physics, doesn't let you go further back, or maybe the power you have or something, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's not your decision what year you go back to. That's just, within the time frame that you're able to go back or something.
What year was the GCA passed?
Gun Control Act, 68.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going crazy. Maybe he just wants a world pre-GCA. He still likes the NFA though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe if the time machine couldn't get you back to like 1920, you just picked 66, 7. Oh shit,
True.
7. See, that's why.
6, 7.
I don't know if I was able to go back in time. I don't know.
The most important question is, can you come back? Because going to visit is different than going to, like, I'm going to move there, live there now.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm just jumping back for a week or a day or a couple of hours or what, then I don't care. Like, wherever you send me, that'd be interesting, right? But if I got to go live there and I'm not coming back, then I start to care really bad where we're going, what time frame we're going back to.
I don't know if you had to go if you had to go back and we're going to be stuck. I don't know when to go back to.
Civil War or like someplace like that where you can remember enough stuff to make yourself like the technological wizard of, like, you know what I mean? Like the Bill Gates, Microsoft, or whatever, Bill Gates, Elon Musk of the Civil War era. Because you could just do that without even thinking hard. Like, oh, you should make that a machine, or like make a motor do that. And then he'd be like, what's a motor? You'd be like, hold on, let me cash in real quick.
I don't know.
There's nothing.
Oh, go ahead, Puss.
I was just going to say, there's nothing in my lifetime I can recall that I would want to go back and relive.
Being born?
I know it may be a product of my childhood, but yeah, there's a lot of my childhood I do not want to relive.
Yeah, but it's not like you got to go back and watch the same movie. If you can go back, I'm assuming you got your knowledge of what's going on. So, well, one, if you go back as an adult, you're just going to be aware that at the same time your kid self is having a bad time. But you're not necessarily going to go back, become young, and have to relive being a kid. But even if that was the sentence, or like the way that the time machine worked, if you went back with adult knowledge, went back to kid, like I would just, like, let's say you knew you were going to have to go fail a test. You would go home, study, and not fail the test. You know what I mean? Like, you would change the bad stuff about the future or whatever, the past, if you knew what you knew now, right? Like in a time machine situation.
Yeah, I don't know, because that's kind of similar to if you can go back and change anything.
Yeah, what if you could go back and like threaten the bully that bothered you, that stopped you from asking the girl that, changed your life or something? Like, if you could go back and influence, but your life is still going to happen without you knowing about your influence on your own self.
I don't know, because I'm at a point where I'm happy, and changing something, even changing bad things that happened might influence me, not being here where I am, being happy. I'm happy now. I'm fine with leaving the past in the past. And the practical thing, if you had to go back, I'd go back an hour. I'll just relive the last hour.
So that's kind of my conundrum. Like, so I've got two answers for this. If you could go back and change something, like that's tough because by changing that one thing, it probably changes your entire life that you know now. But at the same time, like my instant thought was I go back to February 5th, 98. That morning, my grandfather had a doctor's appointment, and my mom decided that she wasn't gonna give him any aspirin that day or anything because he had a doctor's appointment. She didn't want him to have anything that would interfere with any tests that they were going to do. And before he got to that appointment, he had a massive heart attack, died. And it's like, man, what if he could have just had a couple aspirin that day and still been good, and they would have caught what they needed to catch, and who knows? But then my whole life changes. The other option is
what if he goes to that doctor and they're like, "Oh, you're going to be around because we caught this in time. You're going to be around for another decade." And he's like, "I'm going to go home and quit being nice to that grandkid. I'm going to start giving that grandkid some discipline."
Well, there's a thought because everybody said I was the chosen one. I was the favorite grandchild. If you listen to some of my aunts and uncles. So, but if you couldn't change anything, man, it would be really interesting to go back and see how the hell they built the pyramids.
Which ones? You're talking about the Egyptian ones or one of the cool ones?
Any of them. Don't care. Honestly, like
I don't see like Machu Picchu. The pyramids, it kind of seems like it's can't, unless there was giants picking up rocks, like we figure out it's got to be something, right? Like we kind of know what it's going to be. But I'm kind of curious, like the Machu Picchu, where they talk about where like the bricks are so close you can't stick a credit card or piece of paper in between them, and they're all like weird. Like, did they pour them? Like, how did they do that? Like, I'd like to see that kind of shit. Like, did that take like decades? Did it take like 4 generations of people to make these walls that we don't know?
All that stuff. Go back and see what the hell was going on with Stonehenge.
What if you went back and you told Luger, like he was about to like set the caliper to 9mm, and you like went over and slapped his hand, and he'd be like, "What are you doing?" Like, no, make it a 38. What? No, I'm gonna make it should be 9. It should be metric, and you keep slapping him until he decides, like, yeah, you're right. I'm gonna make it an imperial caliber. We don't need no more metric.
Slap the bullet out of his hand.
Yeah.
What if
finger in his nose? No.
Quit it. Stop it in German or whatever it is. Like, no. 9. And then, that's what happened. Somebody was like saying, no. And he kept going, 9. Okay, 9.
That's why it's not 10mm. It's only 9mm. Son of a.
Yep. Now we figured it out. Look, we just figured out history.
Garage guys out there. Good evening. So, Gary, where would you go? What time would you go if you had to go back?
And then to warn me about stuff that was about to happen, which I probably wouldn't be able to fix anyway.
Don't walk into that reactor. You won't get superpowers.
It's more, don't go on that date.
Realistically, I do have a curiosity. I have a curiosity about history, more recent history, but just to be able to go back and see what some things were really like. I don't have anything specific in mind, though.
Also, like my idea of going back in time and seeing these things is contingent on, like, they don't realize you're actually there. It's almost like you're in an insulated booth. Yes. Like,
you don't want to go back and like have like play the winning lottery numbers. You just want to observe what happened back in the day.
Yep, like some of those medical schools where open heart surgery is being done, and they've got a room where students get to just sit in and watch. Like that, essentially, that would be what's happening as you travel back in time and observe these things in history. Like, because another one that I would answer would be sitting in on all the founding fathers, like when the Constitution and Bill of Rights and everything was being drafted. That would be really interesting to hear the back and forth and see the arguments, and I think that'd be really cool too.
The goddamn Bacon said no one is going back to Canada to stop the one guy from putting pineapple on pizza. No, I would be there telling him, do it.
I feel like no one intentionally did this. I feel like there was probably some kind of a mishap, maybe an earthquake or something. Box fell over and like it happened. Like some
You guys
pineapple
walking
accidentally
down the hall.
fell on it.
Ran into each other. You got pineapple on my pizza.
Yep. And instead of being like, "Oh, this is good," they were like, "Well, we got to sell it. Like I can't afford to throw it away. I guess I'll sell it." And then somebody without taste buds was like, "I'll eat this," and now it happened. Then it just happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was like an accident that, like, an inevitable accident that like a slow motion accident nobody could stop, but everyone's seen it happening. It was like appalled.
It's like Reese's peanut butter cups. That one guy was walking along with his big jar of peanut butter, just eating it, and then that guy come along with his chocolate
That
bar
happens.
and tripped, and next thing you know, they're arguing about who got peanut butter on their chocolate or their chocolate on their peanut butter. And Officer Reese has come up and he's like, "What is going on here?" And he took the chocolate bar with peanut butter on it, and he took a bite, and he's like, "Oh, this is delicious." Then he just shot both guys and just
credit.
mysteriously disappeared from the forest and happened to make a candy bar named after
Started
himself.
screaming, stop resisting.
You could go back in time to when people just sat around or walked around with open jars of peanut butter, snacking on peanut butter raw, like just out of a jar. Like those were the days.
I still do that where I want a late night snack, so I'll just grab a spoon and open up the jar of peanut butter, take a scoop out of it, and just eat some peanut butter.
I'm not a peanut
No.
butter fan. I
I'm all
don't
right, but
eat
not
it.
with that.
I just don't. I choose not to eat it. I don't enjoy it.
Oh my goodness.
I like peanut butter cookies.
Oh yeah, peanut butter cookies with chocolate chips in them, awesome.
I just like straight
Oh, I like straight peanut butter cookies too.
with the fork marks.
How come they don't do that more often? You don't see peanut butter cookies with chocolate chips in them enough.
Smooth
I
or
like that
chunky
idea.
peanut butter?
Ooh,
I only like buying the natural stuff that doesn't have any sugar in it, so it's just salt and peanuts, so chunky, and then the oil goes to the top. I like that kind.
You can make your own.
Oh, for sure.
you can do the 3 ingredient ones, which honestly they're not bad. I think it's
Like 3 nuts.
These
cup
nuts.
of flour, 1 egg, and a cup of peanut butter.
Oh,
If I remember correctly, and you just do it that way. Like I said, they're not bad at all. Although
Yeah,
more
like a cookie?
complex. Yeah, you throw them in the oven just like you would a regular peanut butter cookie. They cook up the same, the whole 9 yards. What?
I was just gonna say, if you're looking for like an alternative one, you can take a banana and oatmeal, smash them together.
Seen that recently.
A little bit of peanut butter and
Yep.
not like a ton, and it'll make like a thing that is like a cookie basically.
Yeah,
Like in
seen
an
that
air
recently.
fryer, I mean.
And it's supposed to be friggin' awesome.
Oh, it's freaking delicious, dude. Like if you just take a some amount, you can kind of determine how much oatmeal you like, because the more you put in it, the drier the cookie is or whatever. The less you put in there, the more moist, I guess, the cookie would be. But it's 2 ingredients, dude. And the peanut butter would make it taste a little bit different, like a peanut butter cookie. But those 2 ingredients are insane how much like a cookie or a piece of like a bread or whatever you call it. I guess like a cookie. Yep. But yeah, that's super good.
I'll probably pass on
So
the
you
oats,
take
though.
banana, oatmeal and a little bit of chocolate chips, and you're done. Like that's 3 ingredients, and that's an amazing chocolate chip cookie. It's a banana oatmeal chocolate chip cookie, and it's crude, but it's freaking delicious for 3 ingredients, and it's super good for you.
And I will say, like some of the other peanut butter cookie recipes that I found to make from scratch, where they actually have like 8, 9 ingredients, etc. Those do produce a better peanut butter cookie, but for the simplicity of the three ingredient peanut butter cookie, they're still really good.
Ozzy sent me. See if I got it up. A screenshot of those grips I was showing on the Kimber in his holster that he made me. That's kind of a better idea of what the grips looked like on the gun.
Ooh.
You can end up putting these like out on display.
Still need a furry purple pimp holster.
Probably not.
But you don't have to put them on display in 2026. You can put them somewhere, take a picture, and then make it like a screensaver or like, wallpaper or something. You can still see them, appreciate them without having them out all the time.
Ooh. So obviously you wouldn't have to have them in the display case all the time, but a display case that shows each one, but you could have a photo like below each one of each kid. So then if you're like, oh yeah, made those to represent each child, and then it's not somebody going, well, which one is which? Or, like, there's the one with your son below it, and like, oh, that's his, and that's my daughter's, and it's something where you could just put it in occasionally. Like, say you had somebody coming over to the garage or something, and you wanted to just kind of show them off a little bit, and then when the friend leaves because they're not helping you reload anymore because they realize they don't get anything ammo, they just help you and you shoot it all, which isn't a bad thing. I like doing that to people too. Then you just put them back.
It'd be easier just to put chairs in front of them and tell the kids to sit there. You sit there until I tell you to move. Yeah, there won't be a bracket tonight.
Wait, what?
What?
The lab is working on trying to get the drug testing down because somebody keeps finding masking drugs to hide their performance enhancing drug usage. Gary?
It's a low-grade horse tranquilizer.
Those are prescription.
Yeah, from Dr. Feelgood.
He needs those drugs to strengthen his ankles.
I didn't think ayahuasca was a performance enhancer.
Gee webs. Is there anything you got coming up you want to let everybody know about?
There's a year changed, so I'll be doing things differently this year. Even doing things evenly instead of oddly, I guess.
Okie doke. Barbecue. You got anything coming up?
Should have a show on Thursday, barring any, weird life circumstances. But other than that, probably a show on Thursday. Sorry I missed last week. I was absolutely whooped. As you all know, it's wrestling season, and that drains my energy. So, if anybody's following my photography Facebook page, I should be getting up some more wrestling photos here in the next day or two, hopefully. I need to start posting on Instagram again. One day I will. Thanks.
Gizzard, how about you?
Well, I just happen to have a show on Monday night. It's called Foul Territory, and it will be beginning its 8th full season on Monday night at 9 p.m. Central. So I invite, welcome everyone to come check out my show. And thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. And the Adiro video is live. It went live at midnight. So go over and check that out. Once again, thank you to X Adam 1 for that. Next chat will be next Saturday. And other than that, I don't know, there's other videos that I kind of keep planning to make, but just didn't, kind of lazy lately. So I don't know, can't guarantee anything, but thank you to everybody that was out there in the live chat. And if you watch this in replay, leave a comment. Please leave a comment. I read them all. I appreciate them all. Yeah. I had a thought and then it slipped sliding away. So again, thank you. Have a good night. Go do something good.